This is a question from computer networks. Consider two hosts P and Q that are connected through a router R. The maximum transfer unit MTU between the link P and R is 1500 bytes and between Q and R or R and Q is 820 bytes. A TCP segment of size 1400 bytes is transferred from P to Q through R with IP identification value of 0x1234. Assume IP header size to be 20 bytes. Further, the packet is allowed to be fragmented. That is, don't fragment flag in the IP header is not set by P. And we are asked to find out which of the following statements are true. First statement, two fragments are created at R and IP datagram size carrying the second fragment is 620 bytes. Let's see what is the solution to this. So there is P, then there is a router R, then there is Q. So here there is an MTU and from here also there is an MTU. So here the MTU is 1500 bytes and here it is 820 bytes. So we are transferring 1400 bytes. So from here to here it will get automatically transferred. Now what happens here is the maximum transferable unit is 820 bytes and header is 20 bytes. Header is 20 bytes. So the first segment will go 800 plus 20, so 820, and in the second header remaining 1400 minus 800 will get 600. So 600 plus 20. So 620 bytes gets transferred in the second segment. This is second segment and this is the first segment. So this statement is true. Now let's see statements B and C. If the second fragment is lost, then R sends the fragment with identification value in IP of 0x1234. And if the second fragment is lost, then P requests to send the entire TCP segment. So based on the theory that when sending an identical copy of an earlier datagram, the host may optionally retain the same identification file. So it is not necessary that when the second frame is lost, we need to set specifically this value. It may or may not be needed. So this statement is false, and which makes this statement true only. If second fragment is lost, then P requests to resend the entire TCP segment. This statement is true because we need to send the entire TCP segment. And this TCP destination port, this is port, can be determined by analyzing the second fragment only. This statement is actually false. This statement is false because when reassembly is done at receiver, both fragments become a single TCP segment, and based on that, destination port can be found out. So it is not found out by analyzing the second fragment only. So this only is the major crux here. So this statement is also false. So we are asked to find out the true statements. A is true as well as C is true. So based on the options, option B is the correct choice. A and C only is the true statements here.